for weak points, he says. So my question for you is, if your church friends begin to be prosecuted for being Christian extremists or Jewish extremists or any other reason that their ideologies are positioned negatively in the public view, how will your link to them be seen? Would your association with these friends or family call the opposition to question you? Now, I'm not telling you, of course I'm not telling you, don't speak with your church friends. That would be silly. That's your decision to do what you want to do. All I'm telling you is that things are going haywire in the world around us, and things that you would never think that you could be prosecuted for will come into fruition soon. To be prosecuted for being Christian extremists or Jewish extremists or any other reason that their ideologies are positioned negatively in the public view, how will your link to them be seen? Would your association with these friends or family call the opposition to question you? Now, I'm not telling you, of course I'm not telling you, don't speak with your church friends. That would be silly. That's your decision to do what you want to do. All I'm telling you is that things are going haywire in the world around us, and things that you would never think that you could be prosecuted for will come into fruition.
Shalom, Yasharala. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations unto the electmen that's feeding the sheep of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, in sincerity and truth with this great gospel. And if you can't see that we're coming to a time where the men of the Lord are going to be persecuted for this truth, right? Because this truth is a threat to this society, right? This truth is a threat to this society. Because of this truth, a lot of people have awakened and separated themselves from the ways of this world. And Esau is not trying to have a society where you Hebrew Israelites doing what y'all want to do. No, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. He's trying to set up a new world order of chipped people that's following his new world image, his new world doctrine about what there is no God, right? You worship him, you worship them that rule over you. These elites, right? And have robots beating your ass, right? You're not even working. You working low minimum jobs. They only got enough people to keep their system going. That's what they really want to set up. So we already know before they set this up, for them to set it up, a lot of people must be persecuted, and a lot of people will be killed. A lot of people will be hunted. Like we said, it's a lot of people who's not going to go with this fucking RFID chip. Right? It's a lot of people who's not going to go with this new world order. You already got revolts amongst Esau's house by itself. Right? They trying to take down the White House. They overseas fighting in France. They overseas fighting in Germany and all these different European countries, right? So we already know even amongst the devil's house, there's a division and a separation. So it's not going to be an easy thing. It's going to take lots of fucking dead bodies in the streets, right? For these people to set up this new world order, I'm going to read, it says, this 2 Ezra 16 and 71, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man, that fear the Lord. Because that's the main threat, right? Anybody else, you could be bought. They could scare your ass into bowing down. They could buy you into bowing down, right? But a man of the Lord, you can't do a motherfucking thing. You gotta execute him. You gotta execute him. And the men of the Lord is with his men. It's not all the men of the Lord. It's some men will be slaughtered for this truth, but not all men, right? I'm reading again, 2 Ezra 16 and 71. It reads, they shall be like mad men. Who's these they? These fucking police, right? These military men, right? When martial law and all hell break loose on the earth, that we talking about in all places. Not just here in America, overseas too. Them Chinese don't want to hear about no Hebrew Israelites. Them Hamite niggas underneath that Muslim vibration don't want to hear about no Hebrew Israelites. They want to hear about, do you bow down to the government? Are you ready to work? That's the world they trying to set up, a society of slaves. So the Lord is what? That's not what the Lord's trying to establish. The Lord's establishing the kingdom of heaven. So the Lord's doing what? Going to use Esau and these other nations to kill off a lot of what? Wicked Israelites. A lot of wicked Israelites going to die throughout the four corners of the earth, especially in the time of famine, in the time of race wars, in the time when your country folds in on your ass, right? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but what? Still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh. And you got to put in your mind that you got to prepare for what? Betrayal. You got to be prepared for the people that know that you're an Israelite, the people that know what you're into. Oh yeah, he believe in that God. Yeah, he's into a cult. He's into a cult. You got, even like the apostles say all the time, you got snakes amongst us, agents, right? It breeds nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They're coming for you. Guilty by association. Yeah, man. A lot of you people who's watching these videos, right? Yeah, they're going to come to you because you got a history of you watching hours and hours of YouTube videos of what? Brothers preaching. What you going to tell them? Yeah, them niggas is crazy. Yeah, then why the fuck was you watching so many hours of them niggas if they crazy? Right? Because it's a time of the persecution. The Lord's going to separate his men from the wicked people of this world. That's what it's all about. The Lord's going to set his righteous on one side and the wicked on the other side, man. I'm going to go to the book of Luke 21, and I'm going to start at... Let's start at 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes, right? And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be there. Great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Right? That happened to the disciples of the Lord in the past. Right? They were persecuted. A lot of them died. Right? Beheaded, stoned to death. It says, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Yeah, we like right now, these videos we come up with, you'll put a whole video together, and then once you start hit record, bloop, the Lord is in control. Yeah, he the one putting these videos together. This is his show. We just playing our parts in this beautiful movie. Right? So we ain't gotta worry about what to say to these devils when they come to arrest us. Right? When they come to afflict us, when they come against us. Right? Man's goings of the Lord, they're them coming to us is the Lord sending them to us. And us being there when they come. Some men will not be there. Some men will already flee. Right? The Lord is in control. And ye shall be betrayed both by what? Parents and brethren. Right? Man, I love my mama, man. Yeah, your mama gonna turn on your ass. Because your mama into that Christianity and your mama scared to die. Yeah, your mama ain't going to jail for you. Oh yeah, he saw what's wrong with that boy. Ever since he got into that thing, I don't know what happened to him, officer. Oh yeah, officer, please find him and help him. Yeah, they gonna act like they gonna find your son. They gonna kill your son. And ye shall be betrayed by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends. And look, we don't trust nobody that's not in this truth, right? Who's my mother? Who's my brother, man? The people who call in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, fuck the kinfolks and the friends. And some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Yeah, some men's gonna die for this truth. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. That is part of this gospel, man. That is part of this gospel. Betrayal, death, right? You gotta sacrifice. Matthew 24, verse 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Man, that's the times we're coming into, especially when it's about resources, right? When it's about resources, when it's about freedom. Yeah, I ain't going to jail for them niggas. Really, yeah, you folding on the Lord because, man, them dudes, you turning on the men of the Lord who ain't never done nothing to you. But guess what? You going to turn on them because you afraid. It's the thing. The thing is fear, man. Let me get this one verse. Hold on. Revelation 2 verse 10, fear none of those things right? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will what? Give thee a crown of life. Yeah, it says, let me read it again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Yeah. Death, incarceration, right? Betrayal, right? Men separating themselves from your company, right? Men speaking evil against you. That ain't nothing. That shit is all dung. That shit is doo-doo compared to what we're going to gain in the kingdom of heaven. First off, we're not trying to gain the world. We're trying to gain our Lord back. We're trying to get in good grace with Yahweh Hashem outside before his son returns. Matthew 10 verse 22, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Of all men, even brothers in the truth. There's a lot of niggas in this truth who act like they're in the truth, but they some motherfucking fake motherfuckers. And they really hate and despise you because you are a real man of the Lord. Because you are really about that righteousness. And you really stand strong and bold for the Lord. And guess what? They despise that because in their heart, they're really wicked. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Yeah, it's all about being saved. It's all about being saved. It's all about hoping that the Lord put a spirit in you to what? Endure, man.